Hey everyone, a very warm welcome to our YouTube channel. Let's get started with the daily analysis on Nifty and Bank Nifty. So, since tomorrow it's Bank Nifty's expiry, so first we will be covering Bank Nifty. I'll just take a quick walk through the various time frames as well. So, as we can see, the previous week low is somewhere in the range. You see this here, this is where you should observe. I'll keep the cursor here. Okay, so the previous week low is somewhere around 47,400. This is exactly where we are expecting market to take some support, because usually previous week low acts as some sort of a support. Now the previous week's high, 48,636, that is the level we are expecting to go to zero tomorrow. This is on the weekly analysis, and here what we have seen, it was see, there were four green candles in a row. Post that there was one red candle, and then there is one green and again a red. We can, on a weekly time frame, we can clearly say Bank Nifty, the structure of Bank Nifty has changed only when we get a closing below this level, which is roughly 46,900, right? So below this level we can clearly see that the structure on the weekly time frame has also changed. So now let's go and check the daily time frame. So these lines are basically my alerts, so you can just ignore them for the time being. Okay, so on this one, what we have seen, market did try to go up. See, this was the breakout candle. Why this was the breakout candle? If you guys remember, I had shared this particular trend line, and the Bank Nifty was perfectly, taking resistance of this particular trend line. You can see this very clearly on the 15-minute time frame. And we saw a clear breakout, and this candle, the 27th December candle, was a breakout candle. Now see the low of this candle, which was 47,800, and that's the reason in my weekly analysis as well, and yesterday Aditya on YouTube also said the same thing. The moment this level is taken out, we can clearly see that the buyers are no longer taking control. It's basically now the sellers are in control. So today what has happened, today this level was taken out and sellers have taken the control, and basically then we can say the breakout of this, the low of this breakout candle is now totally gone, right? So now let's go and check on the 15-minute time frame. So yes, just by looking at this particular candle, we can clearly say it's a lower high, lower low on a daily basis. Just if I watch these four candles, right? So lower high, lower low kind of a series, and wherein this particular candle clearly broke the low of the past 3 days and closed very successful. Forget 3 days, it in fact closed below this particular candle. In fact, I guess, yeah, the weighted average is also some around this level. Yeah. So now let's go to 15 minutes, and we have our charts marked. Yeah, so this was the trend line I was referring to. So if you can clearly see, this trend line was perfectly taking support, and what exactly happened is, this is where it gave a breakout, and then this was the breakout, like this was the breakout, and this was basically a retest of the breakout, and then the market tried to make a new high. Okay, now here what we can clearly see, I'll draw it in front of you guys. What is this pattern? This pattern is simply a M pattern, right? This is simply an M pattern, wherein the low of this, the M neckline, got taken out today at around around 10 o'clock, right? So that's the reason we are expecting more downside on the because of the M pattern. And like, in fact, Nifty did recover a bit, but Bank Nifty just did not, did not manage to take any sort of a U-turn. So, and it ended up closing at day's low today. And now what we are expecting for tomorrow, first thing, for me, yes, this is this M neckline is one of the resistance. It comes around 48,100, but for people who want to play safe, they can actually look at selling these sort of strikes. Now since the trend is on the downside, we are like focusing only on selling calls, because it's a directional bet. However, we will change our stance, and I'll tell you where exactly. So let's say tomorrow if market opens flat, so what will happen? The people who have sold their, like, people who are whoever are holding shorts in overnight, they will definitely have like more or less flattish or more of a some sort of a small profit. So then they will hold on to their shorts because they will expect market to go down. So it might happen it will like hover here and then take a breakdown. So in case of shorts, people will hold unless this particular level is taken out, like somewhere around 47,900 or 48,000. All these levels would be taken out. Until then, shorts, people who are carrying shorts, they will hold on to their shorts. Now let's say if markets opens up with the gap up, if the gap up opens within this kind of a range, like let's say 47, between 47,900 to uh, anywhere between 47,800 or anything of that sort, then that gap up will get sold into. See, for any meaningful kind of a up move, we need a clear closing above 48,000, because this is where we like market started taking resistance today. And again, this one is a round number. That's the reason. So and even if it if it manages to cross about 48,000, then triangles will come into picture. We will definitely discuss that also. So this was when, if at all market opens a slight gap up or flattish, then we will expect market to continue to get into the selling mode only. But looking at today's closing, looks more likely that we might open up with the gap down. So where exactly are we going to open? Even I don't know right now, because US market session is like today is going to be the full-fledged session in US market after the Christmas holidays, and yesterday also it was closed due to New Year's. So we don't know how they are going to perform. So, but just let's take a rough estimate. Let's say we are going to open somewhere in this range, which is 47,600 to 47,400. If at all it opens somewhere here, then I expect the market to continue towards some sort of a downside. But let's say we see some massive gap down, which is around 47,400 levels. So now here it becomes very important, because here we this level was tested several times, and this one is also the weekly low as we saw earlier. So we need to see whether market is going to take some support here or not. If at all it takes some support and tries to bounce back, then what we can do. But for that, just don't take the trade immediately with haste, like within the 5 minutes. You'll have to wait for probably 30 minutes or 45 minutes before seeing that the bottom is in place. So let's say there is one candle, and then it's more of a hammer, and then the then BNF tries to break and sustains above this particular candle. In that case, we can keep this as SL and sell puts below that. But yes, with that we will definitely have our call sells in place, because overall the direction is on the downside. It is just that we are even in case of an up move, we are basically going to profit from both calls as well as puts. That's the plan. But as I said, we do not know whether market is going to take support at 47,400 or not. But I'm just estimating, if at all there is a gap down, then this is where we can see. Otherwise, as I said, there is, like, let's say if this level also gets taken out, which could be possible because this level has been tested quite some time, then the next level would be somewhere in this zone, 47,000 and 46,900. Like, not even 47,000, it's actually 47,150, and the ultimate is around 47,000 or 46,900. So these are the levels that we are going to look for tomorrow. So this is there is no first support, but I would say this is my first resistance. Actually, I'm not marking it out because it might so happen that if at all it opens here, then there will be some sort of a volatility. But if it opens somewhere in the range of 47,400, 47,500, then this could be taken as a resistance. So I mean, this is the neckline of M, and you guys are smart enough to figure out what are the different calls that you need to sell. Because that also depends. See, we do need to understand that these days there are a lot of spiking. So you need to understand which particular strike suits your temperament. So choose accordingly. Like, not everyone will be cool with selling this kind of a 48,000, 48,100 calls. So you can, then you can just figure out which particular strikes to sell, maybe 48,300 or 48,400 or 48,500, or you want to remain like ultra safe, then just you can like look at 48,600 and those sort of strikes. Again, just a disclaimer, this is not I'm not advising to sell anything. This is what my analysis is. It is purely and purely from education purpose, and this is not these are not tips or calls to be taken as. I'm just explaining you what are the calls that I would look at to sell, and why I will, when and why I will look to sell puts. Otherwise, as I said, being a directional trader, we have to focus only on selling calls right now, because on the 15-minute time frame and on the daily time frame, somewhere the structure has become negative. And as I said, this particular trend line had a lot of importance, because there was this breakout and then the retest, and today it closed below this particular line. So we need to see where it opens tomorrow and how it behaves. So that's about it for Bank Nifty. Now let's go quickly to Nifty. So Nifty very classic, because this level was tested several times. I had mentioned that also yesterday, that this is now a weak support, and that's the reason the erstwhile support has now this erstwhile support has now become a resistance, which is where we, because this support got broken today in the intraday, and thereafter this will act as a resistance. Now for clear, of course, Nifty, we can clearly see now there is some serious resistances here at 21,680 to 21,700, thereafter here, and thereafter here. But we need so since today this is how it has behaved, like tomorrow if it breaks this level, then we can see some more selling. However, in case of Nifty, I somehow feel that 500, 460 can, especially 500. I think 500 may act as a support. I'll tell you the reason why I feel that way. This was the 20th December where we saw a sharp fall, and this is exactly where the fall started. This is where exactly the fall started, and thereafter this level was taken out. Basically, buyers took control of this level. So I'm expecting buyers will again react somewhere here. It could be either 500 or 461. I'm not too sure, but I am expecting market, like in case of Nifty, I'm expecting Nifty to take some support at this level. But as I said, we will not sell, like I would not sell puts blindly unless I see some sort of a price action wherein Nifty is trying to take support that way. Otherwise, it's as I said, it's now at least on 15 minutes, it is very clear that it is sell on rise. And I'll just show you the daily chart as well in this case. Sorry. So what has happened on the daily, if you remember, this was the support that we were talking about. It took support of this particular line several times, and today it finally broke. However, in case of Bank Nifty, what it has done, it closed at day lows, but in case of Nifty, it did come to retest that particular breakdown. So what remains to be seen is the moment this candle low gets taken out, then we can clearly see that some sort of a structure has changed on daily as well. But right now on 15, I'm expecting this will be more of a resistance than this will act more of a resistance. 21,500, 21,460 is the zone where we need to see what whether price takes support or it again breaks down. So that's about it for today, and hope you like this video, and do let us know on the comment section what did you like, and what are the other things that you would want us to cover. Till then, bye, take care, and happy trading.